Get old. Roscoe's here with me now. And as always, I try to run through this little place exercise with the dogs. But it's a good starting point. I like to take with a lot of dogs, working on many different things at once. Place, down, learning how to regulate themselves just a little bit better. I can just be a little bit more hands-off and essentially show the dog how to learn and find their own success. So just start by having him understand to go on to place. I usually start with just throwing the piece of food on there, and I'm just looking for anything after the fact that they choose to do. So in his case, he likes to sit, which is not a problem. What I'll do is I'll just put the food a little bit more stretched out, and it's just constantly being fed. Generally, they'll just learn to go down on their own because it's more comfortable laying down and doing this rather than staying in that sit position. So I just continue to feed, creating predictability that this is where the reward is coming from. If I run out of food, I just come back, reload. Good boy, give him a little bit of encouragement. I do want to have a complete reset. Good, and this sits okay for now. I'm going to try and have him understand that it's just better to go into that down. But until I create a little bit more predictability, which it seems like he's already understanding that this is the name of the game, what I'll do when I try to get that down a little bit more fine-tuned is I'll feed, and then I'll just hold off and see what he gives me. If I see that he's gonna teeter away, hop off, go get distracted by something, it's totally fine. But I try to not have that happen. There we go, went to the down, and then I'll definitely feed very consistently. So once I start seeing consistency and going to place and sitting, I'm gonna really start asking for more consistency and going immediately into that down while I'm giving them the food directly on place. Good. Do that a few reps. Good boy. A little encouragement with the free, getting down his level, don't really mind. I'll just run through this as much as I see that the dog is willing to do it. Bam, right into that down. And this is really my first session kind of doing this with him. I ran through it maybe like 2 minutes the other day, but most of our time's been spent out at the park. It seems like he's overtaking the food for the moment. With dogs who are motivated to work and they want to do this type of thing, it's super easy. Like he already understands. I threw the food up there like twice and he already wants to go up there. He was already willing to jump up on stuff anyway. I already saw that in the eval. So I knew that that was going to take no time to have him understand. And then just reinforcing the sit and then eventually the down. I mean, he went right into it there, so all good things that I like to see. See if I can run through it one more time. He likes playing, so a lot of our training has been geared towards that, getting him a little bit more understanding about how to contain himself while he's more in an elevated state of mind, which is one of the things he struggles with. But if you do it this way, place is so easy. They start understanding how to learn on their own. Again, one of the biggest reasons why I teach place this way is because it's the starting point and the foundation of where we're really going to learn. I don't like having too much influence if I don't need to. Like luring into positions, which I will do. There's nothing wrong with that, but if I can get them to understand how to do some of these behaviors, without having to go through a luring process, that's what I'd much rather be doing. It's going to mean more to them. They're going to take it and hold on to it a little bit better. Roscoe. Yeah, good boy, buddy. Can I get another one out of you? Sit and wait. I'm going to reinforce that because you made a good choice. Not a problem. I don't really mind if they hop off at this stage, kind of over the food. And when I see that he's kind of over it, you know, he's food motivated to a certain degree, but not as much as the toy. But, you know, if I can get a couple reps out of him with the food, that's totally cool. Will you work for belly rubs? Get there. Perfect. Good. Oh, yeah. And if he wants to work for pets and affection, totally fine. As long as he's not overly stimulated or overly excited about it. Some dogs' touch is very exciting to them. So if I'm trying to have place mean kind of relax, then I may not use touch in the beginning. It's something that we work towards. But if he just wants to sit here and chill and get pet, this is a good place to have the affection. See if I can just do pets here. Yeah, there we go, buddy. There we go, bud. Right now, all the affection is earned. He is very demanding with his affection. When we're chilling on the couch, he wants to invade my space quite frequently. You know, it starts going into excessive amounts of trying to lick me. He'll go into play biting. So if I can show him how to work for this type of interaction in an appropriate way, it's gonna make our life a little bit easier, huh? And there's nothing wrong with him wanting to come and invade my space without me warranting it or welcoming it in time. Free. But when I see it's being taken a little bit too much at Liberty, that's where I kind of put the brakes on. Add some more, just add a little bit more structure to it. Right, so just like I can show him that he's not being successful with the food or the toys when he does things like this, I can show him that he's not super successful demanding that type of interaction. Like I said, I don't mind that he wants to be near me and want the affection, but don't be over the top about it. You know, don't demand it from me. There's a mutual welcoming here of it. I'm not going to invade his space when I can clearly see and he's telling me that he wants a little bit of alone time. You know, I want him to kind of understand some of those boundaries as well. You know, it's like I said, it's mutual. And in fact, I might just use pets here instead of food and really help him understand. Good boy. So this isn't going to work. And that's going to start understanding, oh, okay, when I'm up on the couch with you, if I just chill out, then I'm going to get what I want. I don't have to come and hit your hands, demanding that attention, licking, and then when I will continue to ignore him, especially on the couch, that's when he starts going into trying to get me to activate through the play biting. In those things in time, I might have a conversation of communicating, you are making a mistake here, but not until I really want to show him first how to get your success with this type of interaction. I don't want my training to strictly rely on being punitive. In fact, I try to be as positive as possible with my training, but I understand that that's also not real life, and we are dealing with a predatory animal. And when I get on his level like this, it's really going to help him understand what works and what doesn't. Because when we're on the couch together, we are right next to each other, and it can become a little bit too much interaction. So here I can structure it a little bit, I can create distance if I need to. Or I can stand up. It's very clear that I'm removing these things from you. Are you over it? And that might be it. He's kind of over this situation. But very good things. I started out with the food. Quickly realized, hey, I can do the same thing with petting and affection, which I know you really want. So, just still figuring him out. He's figuring me out. Come on. Good boy. Can I get one more out of you? Can I get one more? In time, if I can make the signal of me getting close to you to chill, that's great, right? Because I'm really giving him that opportunity. I'm getting distracted. Are you over it? You are over it, aren't you? I know. Making you use your brain. Making you use a little brain of yours. I know. I'm making you use your brain. And just because he broke the place, getting overly distracted, showing me he's kind of over it, even though he's not in the down here, I'll still go ahead and reinforce because he's trying. And I don't expect him to understand the full concept. First session, really, of doing this consistently. But he's giving me what I want. He came in, invaded my space. Backed off, and there we go. So really, that's all I really want to show him is like, hey, you can back off, and I can give you what you want. And don't get me wrong, in time, the overly demanding of attention and affection, I'm definitely going to have a conversation with him to some degree of like, hey man, this is not how we interact with each other. I haven't opened that opportunity up for you to get up on me and jump on me, which I'm also definitely going to show him that that's an appropriate thing to do. But again, it's mutual. I need to also be willing and accepting of that type of interaction. I'm never going to show him that jumping on me is completely wrong. I'm going to tell him that there's a time and place for all of those types of things. Out at the park when we're playing with the ball, like all day, jump on me, let's get rowdy together. Here, when I'm trying to create more of a calm type of interaction between the two of us, this is how I want you to kind of be and chill.